Hello grade 10 learners, have a nice day. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'll be discussing to you about theorems on angles formed by tangents and secants. On with the different theorems, let us try to identify first tangent and secant line. We have here circle L. Again, we're going to name the circle according to its center. We have here 4 lines. Okay, line EH or HE is the tangent line. It only touches to one point in the circle, and that point is point H. So our tangent line here is line HE or EH. Symbol at the top should be like this, symbol for line. Now for the secant, we have line HT. This one, line HT. Next, we have line HY. This one. And the last is line ET. Now, what's the difference between tangent and secant? So, as a review, a secant is a line that intersects a circle at exactly 2 points. Just like this one, line HT intersect at point H and point T. On the other hand, a tangent to a circle is a line coplanar with the circle and intersects it in one and only one point, just like line HE or EH. It has only one point of intersection. Now, let's begin with the different theorems. Let's begin with theorem number 1. If 2 secants intersect at the interior of the circle, then the measure of an angle formed is 1/2 the sum of the measures of the arcs intercepted by the angle in its vertical angle. So in here, we have 2 secants, line CB or line BC, and line DE or line ED, and they intersect inside the circle at point F. Question here is find the measure of angle CFD if measure of arc B is equal to 50 degrees and measure of arc CD is equal to 70 degrees. Okay, I want to locate first angle CFD. Okay, this is angle CFD. Okay, this is the angle CFD. This one, arc BE or EB, this is 50 degrees. Okay, and arc CD is equal to 70 degrees. So we can solve right away the measure of angle CFD using theorem number 1. So we have measure of angle CFD is equal to 1/2 times the quantity of measure arc BE plus measure of arc CD. So by substitution, we have arc BE is 50 and arc CD is 70. 50 plus 70 is 120 and half of 120 is 60 degrees. So this angle here is 60 degrees. So if this is 60 degrees, then it follows that this angle here is also 60 degrees because they are vertical angles. Now what if I will ask you to find the measure of this angle, angle CFE and angle DFB, this angle here? What is the measurement of each angle? So we can solve it right away. Remember that the total degree measure of a circle is 360 degrees. So 360 degrees minus 120 degrees. Where did we get this 120 degrees? 120 degrees is actually the sum of the two vertical angles. So 60 plus 60 is 120. And 360 degrees minus 120 is 240 degrees. So it means that the sum of the two angles, this angle and this angle here, is 240 degrees. So since they are congruent, we can divide this by 2. So 240 divided by 2, and that is equal to 120 degrees. So therefore, this angle here is 120 degrees. And its vertical angle here, angle CFE, is also 120 degrees. And if we're going to sum it up, the measurement of all the vertical angles, that would give a sum of 360 degrees. So 120 plus 60 plus 120 plus 60. Their sum is 360 degrees. But it's just only an extension of theorem number 1 if in case you will be tasked to find the measurement of the other angles. Now let's have theorem number 2. If two secants intersect in the exterior of a circle, then the measures of the angle formed is 1/2 the positive difference of the measures of the intercepted arcs. So in theorem number 2, there are two secant lines that intersect in the exterior, so outside the circle. So we have here two secant lines. Line CF is a secant, and another line DF is a secant. They intersect outside the circle, and this is their point of intersection, point F. So if you have observed, they were able to form an angle, and that angle is angle CFD. So the question here is, find the measure of an angle CFD if measure of arc BE, this arc here is 50 degrees, while arc CD is 90 degrees. Take note that the angle is formed outside the circle. Again, this arc BE has a measurement of 50 degrees, while this arc CD has a measurement of 90 degrees. And we are asked to find the measurement of this angle CFD. So by applying theorem number 2, we have measure of angle CFD is equal to 1/2. 1/2 times the quantity of measure arc CD minus measure arc BE. So by substitution, we have measure angle CFD is equal to 1/2. Then measure arc CD is 90 degrees. Minus measure of arc B is 50 degrees. Then we have to simplify. So measure arc angle CFD is equal to 1/2 of 90 minus 50 is 40 degrees. So 1/2 of 40 degrees, or 40 divided by 2, that is equal to 20 degrees. Therefore, this angle here is 20 degrees. Moving on to theorem number 3. If a secant and a tangent intersect in the exterior of a circle, then the measure of the angle formed is 1/2 the positive difference of the measures of the intercepted arcs. This is almost similar with theorem number 2. They intersect at the exterior, so outside the circle. But in here, secant and tangent line intersect. And theorem number 2, two secants. Okay? So we have here an example. We have here tangent line, line EF, and secant line, line HF. They intersect outside the circle. And the question here is, find the measure of angle EFH. This angle. Okay. If measure of arc BE is 50 degrees, and measure of arc BH is 100 degrees. So meaning to say, the measurement of this angle is, this arc is 50 degrees, while the measurement of this arc BH is equal to 100 degrees. So if you have observed, we need the measurement of this arc in order to solve the measure of this angle. But it's not given. So we have to solve first the measure of arc HGE. Okay, using the concept that we have learned in our previous video, that a circle is 360 degrees. So we can easily find the measurement of arc HGE by subtracting 360 by the sum of the measure of arc BE and the measure of arc BH. So by substitution, we have measure of arc HGE is equal to 360 minus arc BE. This one is 50 and that is given, while arc BH is 100 degrees. So we have to add. So 360 minus 50 plus 100 degrees, that is 150 degrees. Subtract 360 minus 150 degrees, and that is 210 degrees. Therefore, the measurement of this arc here, this one, is equal to 210 degrees. So we can now solve the measurement of angle EFH. Okay, so we have measure of angle EFH is 1/2 times the quantity of measure arc HGE minus measure arc BE. So by substitution, we have measure of arc HGE, that is 210. So we have here 210, while arc BE is 50. So just substitute. So we have now 1/2 of 210 minus 50 is 160. And 1/2 of 160 is 80 degrees. Therefore, the measurement of this angle is equal to 80 degrees. Measure angle EFH. Moving on, the fourth theorem. If two tangents intersect at the exterior of a circle, then the measure of the angle formed is 1/2 the positive difference of the measure of the intercepted arcs. So same with theorems 2 and 3. They intersect at the exterior of the circle. But this time, two tangents intersect at the exterior of the circle. So we have here an example. We have here tangent CA and tangent RA intersect outside the circle. So, find the measure of angle CER if measure of arc CR is equal to 110 degrees. So, in here, we are only given the measurement of arc CR. This one. Okay, so we don't have the measurement of this arc. So we have to solve first the measurement of arc CTR because you only have arc CR. So to solve for measurement of this arc CTR, okay, we have 360 degrees minus the measure of arc CR. Okay, by substitution, we have 360 degrees minus 110 degrees, which is the measure of arc CR, and that is given. So we have 250 degrees. Therefore, the measurement of arc CTR is 250 degrees. So we can now solve for the measurement of angle CAR, this angle. Okay, so measure of angle CAR is 1/2 the measure of arc CTR minus arc CR. So measure of angle CAR is 1/2. Measure of CTR is 250 degrees. We have this. And measure of arc CR is 110. Okay. So we have measure of angle CER is 1/2. 250 minus 110. So we have 140 degrees. And 1/2 of 140 degrees is 70 degrees. Or 140 divided by 2, that is 70 degrees. That's why we have here 70 degrees as the measurement of our angle CAR. And this is the angle CAR. Okay, moving on with the fifth theorem. If secant and a tangent intersect at the point of tangency, okay, then the measure of its angle form is 1/2 the measure of its intersected arc. So for theorem number 5, the point of intersection is at the point of tangency. Okay, so we have here secant line, line FB, and tangent line, line BG. So find measure angle DFB and measure angle BFG. We are asked to find the measurement of this angle as well as this angle here. So given measure of arc FEB is equal to 230 degrees. FEB is 230 degrees. So we can solve right away the measurement of angle DFB. Okay? So the measurement of angle DFB is 1/2 the measurement of arc FEB. Since arc FEB is 230 degrees and this arc is the intercepted arc of angle DFB, so we have 1/2 of 230 degrees. So 1/2 of 230 degrees, that is 115 degrees. So the measurement of angle DFB is 115 degrees. Now we have to solve also measure of angle BFG. But we don't have yet the measure of arc FB. So we have to solve first for the measurement of arc FB. So we have 360 degrees minus the measurement of arc FEB, which is 230 degrees. So we have 360 degrees minus 230 degrees, and that is equal to 130 degrees. So we cannot make use of this value to solve for the measurement of angle BFG. So measure of angle BFG is 1/2 the measure of arc FB. So our arc FB is 130 degrees and half of 130 degrees is 65 degrees. So meaning to say the measurement of this angle here BFG is equal to 65 degrees. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly like, and if you have questions or clarifications regarding the video, just write it in the comment box. Kindly share to other students for them to learn or master the lesson. And please don't forget to subscribe to be updated for more math lesson videos and turn on the bell for notifications. Before I end, let me share to you one of the verses from the Bible. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. That's all for today, and God bless you all.